Hello, everyone. Welcome to episode number 39 of the StreamYard Live Town Hall. My name's Gage, and I'm here with Dan, of course. Dan, how are you doing?
I'm good, man. I am excited.
Yes, tonight's an exciting town hall. So for anyone who's in here tonight, if you know people that are interested in StreamYard that are curious about some of the new stuff we're working on, make sure you get them in here because we got some exciting stuff tonight. And of course, the three pillars of StreamYard that we always talk about. So let me just close out of this. Are ease of use, stability, and professional looking streams. So if you're about those three things, StreamYard is the tool for you. So what do you think, Dan? Should we announce the big news?
Yeah, I reckon we should. So just first, these town halls is just to give updates on what we're doing and to get feedback from our audience. Plus, it's just a nice chance for us to actually use our tools so we know, where the kinks are, and we run into the same issues that you guys all do. But every now and then, we've got a really cool announcement. So this might be the biggest announcement we've ever made.
Absolutely.
So yeah, you want me to hit the drum roll and then you can tell them what it is?
Sure. Let's do the drum roll.
All right, everyone, get ready.
Multi-streaming. So multi-streaming is now directly integrated. Well, it will be directly integrated by tomorrow, but that's the announcement. Multi-streaming is going to be directly integrated into StreamYard. So it's something that we get asked about all the time, which is like, can I go live to YouTube and Facebook at the same time? It seems to always be those platforms. Those ones are really popular. But so much more than that. Like we spent a lot of time, especially Dan, spent a ton of time really thinking through exactly what our users need and what they want in multi-streaming and how we could build something that would benefit them the most and what could be, like as our pillars say, what could be the easiest possible thing, a very stable way to do it and make sure it's also professional. So we kept those three things in mind while we were working on it. So do you have anything to add there, Dan?
Yeah, I'm sure we'll get into more detail. There's a lot to it. It's a very, very cool feature. I don't know if you want to dive in and like show them some of the changes, or we want to just talk about what it's going to actually be like.
Yeah, we can start walking through some pictures and whatnot. If you guys have any questions about how it's going to work, I'm sure you guys have tons of questions. So we can work through those as well. Thank you everyone for tuning in tonight. Tons of people here. Thanks for staying up. I know we're not in the best time slot, so we appreciate that. So Michael, no, it's not just those two. It's all our currently supported platforms. So YouTube, Facebook, LinkedIn, Periscope. We don't have Twitch yet, so it won't be Twitch quite yet, but we're certainly keen on adding more integrations. In the line that says no more restream. Nope, we'll still have our restream integration, which I'm sure will be useful for people that want to go to places like Twitch and Mixer and some of those other platforms. Restream is a great product. It's just it's made for restream users and it has more of a focus on gamers. So when we could tell from the feedback of our users that we needed to make something that was specifically for them. So some of the biggest things that we kept in mind while making it is scheduling. That's something that Dan and I have personally struggled with, is just getting people to find our streams every week, because people that are not gamers seem to use that feature more frequently. And so you're able to, it sort of works sort of like buffer style. So you plan out your broadcast, choose which destinations you'd like to go live to, and you'll be able to schedule all of them at the same time, and you'll get a unique link for each one. I'll show a little picture for it. Right there. So I guess that's another thing. I didn't size this very well. You might have to poke up a bit there. That's another thing we should have mentioned as well, is the UI actually got a pretty big overhaul as far as the dashboard. So it's actually much more straightforward. So instead of having a bunch of destinations on the left-hand side of the page, you just have a broadcast section and a destination section, which makes it really easy to just see everything you have coming up rather than having to remember, oh, was that one to this destination or that destination? You just have one set of broadcasts, and every time you hit create a broadcast, you see what I'm showing on screen here, where you can sort of choose whatever destinations you'd like to go live to. Anything I'm missing there, Dan?
No, I think that's pretty good. Like there's There's a ton of benefits to it. Like you said, yeah, first of all, you can schedule your broadcast, which kills us. It sucks not being able to schedule these. You'll get comments from Facebook groups now. I know people have had issues with Restream with groups.
And the avatars, you'll get the pictures.
You'll get pictures. Yeah, you'll get pictures. You'll be able to comment from within StreamYard to all the platforms at once. So you don't need to have separate tabs open or anything. We can handle everything in one place, so you don't need to actually be monitoring two different things. So that's really convenient. You can just add and remove things on the fly. So if you want to say go live to your page and then 15 minutes in add YouTube, you can just do that no problem. Get rid of it a bit later, totally fine. There's no limitations to what platforms you can stream to or anything. It's just what we're doing is we're only allowing a certain number. So any platform goes, any platforms we support, and then we're just going to have limits on how many you can actually go to.
Yeah, we'll get into that, a bit more into that in just a second here. I guess we sort of jumped into things pretty quick when some people here probably don't even know what multi-streaming is. We did give a bit of an explanation, but yeah, it's pretty simple. It just means going live to more than one place at the same time. And for people that don't really know why you'd be interested in doing it, the main, one of the first things and sort of obvious thing that always comes up is reach, obviously. So Facebook is a massive platform, but believe it or not, there's some people that aren't on Facebook, or at least aren't on Facebook looking for live video. Or the same thing applies to YouTube. YouTube's massive as well, but not everyone's on YouTube. So the most basic benefit you get from multi-streaming is you expose yourself to a new audience on other platforms, which if you do it right and you really plan things out and make sure that the content you're creating is relevant to both of those platforms, and you manage them effectively, like highlighting comments from both of them and really pay attention to things, you can truly sort of multiply the amount of people that are seeing your streams by doing that. And one thing that I know Dan and I personally are huge fans of is just the time savings of it. We've been multi-streaming using Restream for a very long time. And despite losing out on certain things like the scheduling, just because of how much more efficient it is compared to having to download and re-upload, and you sort of, as long as you're doing the streams correctly, you get this big benefit from basically being in two places or more at once, which is pretty awesome. I still think that repurposing is a good idea for certain types of users. I think Instagram's a great platform for repurposing. So if you're into that type of stuff, I do think it's still, even if you are multi-streaming, it's cool to take out certain clips and sort of highlight those on somewhere like Instagram or any platform where you think that makes sense. Let's just see if we have any more comments here. Oh yeah, lots of comments. Thanks for joining us tonight, Rob. Juanita says yes, finally. Mr. Gonzo says very cool. Richard Clarkson says, here as usual, a great announcement. Jennifer says, is this a paid feature? It is a paid feature. We'll get into more detail about how that's going to work in just a second. Brian, thanks for joining us this evening.
Boom.
Jason, nice to see you here. Graph Shack. Hey, we got a Periscope viewer. Scrumptious, thanks for tuning in. All right, I think we've covered most of these. So, how does it work with the new YouTube live streaming events? It should just the YouTube interface works or looks a bit different, but it's still a typical YouTube event, isn't that right, Dan?
Yep, I believe so. Yeah, everything just in general, we've been very careful to keep it there's a lot more that you can do, but it looks almost identical to the way it looks now. So I don't think anyone's going to be confused by our changes or anything, which is.
That's true. When you first go to the site, it might be even kind of hard to notice. We're going to have a video that pops up that sort of explains the changes, but our number one priority was to make sure that people that aren't interested in multi-streaming are not really affected by it. So if you are just going to one destination, it's still extremely simple, and you don't really even have to think about the type of stuff that Dan and I are discussing right now.
Yeah, and everything's still pretty much in the same place, with the exception of what Gage said, which is the left side used to have all your destinations, and now they're all kind of in one place. So all your broadcasts will be in one place, so it's all easier to find. We just found nobody had too many broadcasts that we couldn't just put them all in one place.
Yeah, absolutely. Oh yeah, one thing I wanted to chat a bit about is who I think would benefit most from live streaming, or I mean not from live streaming, from multi-streaming. And in my opinion, the people that will get the biggest benefit out of it are people that sort of have their own personal brand outside of the platform. So most of the people that use StreamYard, so like podcasters, entrepreneurs, business owners, digital marketers, I think for most for anyone that's sort of under that umbrella, I think it has huge benefits. I do think that it's definitely not a silver bullet, and you need to do it well. But the type of user that I think might want to maybe more carefully consider whether or not they want to go on more than one platform at the same time are people that have a brand that's closely tied to the platform they're streaming to. So if you think of yourself as a YouTuber or you think of yourself as a Twitch streamer, I wouldn't immediately multi-stream. I would consider the benefits of going to one versus many. You still might come to the conclusion that many is better. But I know from what I've read and my personal thought on it is that when you're a YouTuber, your product is sort of your YouTube content itself. So you kind of want to drive people from those social networks to your product, which is your YouTube content, rather than just spread your product out everywhere. But that's just my opinion. But if you're in that first category, I do think it's really awesome. I do suggest start with one. If you're brand new to streaming, start with one. I talked a lot about, or not IAI, our friend I talked a lot about this, how it can, if you haven't done it before, it can be a bit overwhelming managing all these different audiences. So managing the Facebook audience and YouTube audience and Periscope audience all at the same time. So I wouldn't immediately jump into it. I'd first get comfortable broadcasting to a single destination and then sort of add destinations. Once you're comfortable with one, it's not so much of a jump to add another one, but you should probably get comfortable with it first. And I also think that you should be cognizant of where your audience is and how much you understand the platforms you're streaming to. Like lots of people just think like, oh, I'll just go everywhere. And I don't think that's a great idea. I think you should be familiar with every platform you're streaming to and spending some of your time there every single week, making sure that you're attentive to the audience that is consuming your content there. Because if you don't pay any attention to it, it's just kind of a waste of time, and it doesn't look very good either if you're just putting content places and not spending any time on it. So I think you should spend a bit of time every place you're multi-streaming to.
Yeah, I agree with that. I could totally see if you were, looking into someone like, hey, is this someone I want to, learn from or take a course from or whatever, and you look up their name and you find some content on a platform they don't care about at all. It might not be a great impression.
Yeah.
So yeah, I mean, that's a good point.
Rob Balasabas agrees starting with one's a good idea. Alice, thanks for joining us. The B Lady is apparently a seasoned professional, multi-streaming for over 2 years. I'd be curious, B Lady, what do you think of the idea of scheduling them? Do you think that's a cool addition? I know that's one of the things we're most excited about with our sort of rendition of multi-streaming is the fact that you can schedule them out and have those custom links that you can push out to your relevant audiences beforehand.
Yeah, no, I'm there. Like just personally, this is what I was saying right at the start. Part of the reason we do these town halls is so we're using our own product and we kind of know what would we really want to have. And one of the things we really wanted to have since we started doing these and started multi-streaming is, people are always asking, hey, I can't find it until 15 minutes into the broadcast. Can you schedule it for us? Well,
yeah.
Next
now
week.
we can. Yeah, we'll have that. We'll have the event countdown and be able to push people to the link beforehand. So that'll be great. Let's see if I'm missing any questions here. Jim, thanks for tuning in. At StreamYard, I stream to 6 channels using Switchboard. Yep, Switchboard is a good multi-streaming solution. We don't have an integration with them, but they are another option out there. George says, so I've never streamed to Facebook. Can I now start YouTube and Facebook together with no extra pay? So I guess now's probably a good time to discuss that. So George, I believe you're on the basic plan, if I remember correctly. But so we have, to celebrate multi-streaming, we have sort of this special deal going on until October 20th. So until October 20th, basically as a way to help us test multi-streaming and as a thank you to our current users, we're going to be including 2 destinations on the basic plan. So if you're on the basic plan right now, or you upgrade to the basic plan in the next 2 weeks until October 20th, you will have the ability to multi-stream to 2 locations. So yes, George, you'll be able to go live to Facebook and YouTube. After the 20th, it will be only a professional feature. And then on the professional plan until the 20th, we're bringing back the lifetime discount on the professional plan. So if you decide to upgrade to that, you'll get a special discount, and you can stream live to up to 5 destinations on the professional plan. So it's like with the professional plans finally getting some love. It's just been the customer support stuff for a bit, but now it has its own feature.
And just a couple of things to add to that as well. Because I want to make sure we clarify this. When Gage is talking about on October 20th, you won't be able to multi-stream to 2. That's only if you upgrade after October 20th. So if you're already on the basic plan, you're good.
Yeah.
Like, you have multi-streaming to 2 destinations. Once we release the feature, you have it. As long as you don't cancel or something, you have it. And after October 20th, you still have it. And anyone that signs up between now and the 20th will also have it. If you sign up on the 21st, you won't have multi-streaming on the basic plan. And then same thing for this professional discount. If you upgrade to the professional between now and the 20th, well, between when we launch it tomorrow and the 20th, I should say, don't go too early. You'll get 5 destinations and you'll get it for cheaper. After that, you'll still get 5. You won't get the discount. Hopefully,
Dale, thanks for tuning in. Eileen says, what are the 5 platforms? If I said 5 platforms, I misspoke. 5 destinations. So you could go, for example, to 5 pages, or you could go to 1 page, 2 groups, YouTube, Periscope, any combination of destinations you want. But I think I mistakenly said platforms. Picker Rick, thanks for tuning in. I think I saw a question from you asking about adding pictures on the free version. You can't add overlays on the free version, but you can screen share. So that allows you to show all kinds of pictures. Michael says, will we still be able to use Restream on the basic plan? Yes, you'll still have access to Restream on the basic plan.
Yeah, like Gage was saying, if you need to go to Mixer, or like right now we don't have support for Twitch either, then you might want to still use it. But
yeah, Restream is definitely a nice tool. It's just an extra step, right? So if you're comfortable with that extra step, that's fine. It's just we're trying to cater to people that just want the simplest experience possible. And to do that, you can't do that by connecting 2 things. It's inherently going to be more complicated. There's more things that can go wrong. StreamYard has limitations. Restream has limitations. So it's just not it's impossible to make as good of an experience if you're connecting 2 things. So that's why we decided to add it. But absolutely, if you're comfortable using it, you're going to be able to keep that integration. Let's see here. George says, if I'm understanding correctly, since I'm on basic after the 20th, I'll still be able to multi-stream without upgrading. Sorry if I'm being dense. Yes, yeah, you understand it correctly. You'll be able to multi-stream. It's on your basic plan. You've got it.
You betcha. Facebook and YouTube coming up.
The B lady says, getting confused, so we have to use Restream to multi-platform? No, you used to. So you used to have to use it, but now you have another option. So you can choose to use native multi-streaming on StreamYard. But there's some people want to go to Twitch or Mixer. So we are keeping the Restream integration that we have. So you have a choice. You can use StreamYard or you can use Restream. You have both options. George says, will you have tutorial videos for multi-streaming? Yes, absolutely. So we'll be sending out an email sometime tomorrow about the update and everything that's happening with it, which will have a link to some tutorials. The website itself will have, as soon as you come to the website, we'll have a little video pop-up that's like, hey, things look quite a bit different now, that explains the dashboard updates and how multi-streaming is going to work. So yes, it will be covered in full. 3D printing, thanks for tuning in. Rob says, is multi-streaming available now? Nope, we're going to be rolling it out by tomorrow at the latest.
Sometime tomorrow, and we'll make an announcement, so you'll hear when it's out.
The B lady says, right now on my Periscope, it's linked to my Twitter. Does that count in your program as one? One destination. Yep, that's one destination.
Yep.
Lee says, can we see comments from both Facebook and YouTube? Yep, absolutely. And the commenting is actually awesome. Like I'm so excited about it. Like, so you get the avatars, it all populates in your comment section. You can choose what platforms you want to comment to. So it defaults to all, but say you just want to send one comment specifically to your Facebook page, you can select the Facebook page and comment there, or one comment specifically to YouTube. You get the idea. You just have a lot of control there.
Yeah. No, I think the comments are very nice.
Jason says he's going to try it out on Wednesday. Awesome. Let us know what you think, Jason.
Cool.
Invader gaining more than 6 people live at once, please. Noted. Thanks for the feedback. The B lady says, so bottom line, no more OBS or Restream, just use StreamYard to 6 destinations as a total. It's 5 destinations on the professional plan, and yep, you have a choice. So if you want to use OBS and Restream, you can do that, but you have a choice now. Marcel says, can't wait to see its new features. Yeah, I can't wait for you to see them either. I think you'll be it's a hard thing to explain, just because there's a lot involved. But I think when you go to the site and try it out for the first time, you'll just it's quite an experience. It's like perfect. I truly think it's like perfect. It's awesome. You'll really, really enjoy it.
Yeah, I love playing around with it.
It's just so simple. It's like create my broadcast. Yeah, I want to go here, here, and here, and you schedule it, and it's pretty awesome. Michael says, but if someone puts a comment, do folks watching on Facebook and YouTube, or it goes to both platforms? So both will come into your studio, but right now YouTube is just YouTube comments. Facebook is just Facebook comments.
Yep. So yeah, if you post a comment, it'll go to both. But no, it's not like sending them back and forth or anything.
Dustmite says, if it's ready by tomorrow night, I will definitely be trying it. You should be able to try it.
Cool.
George says, I've never mentioned how much I really like that all participants can now see the comments. Thanks. Yes, we're glad that finally that was requested for a really long time. So we're glad that people finally have that. Now the new request is to let everyone comment, which hopefully we'll have rolled out relatively soon. But
trickier with multi-streaming, I guess. You need to log into multiple platforms now. Yeah,
multi-streaming makes it interesting because you'd have to be each one that you want to comment on, you'd have to be logged into.
Yeah, we'll get there.
3D printing says, if I use Nightbot for a giveaway, will it only see YouTube like it does now? Let me get back to you on that 3D printing. I'm honestly not super familiar with Nightbot. If it's directly connected to your YouTube, my guess is that it would just see the YouTube. Jim says, we plan to multi-stream to YouTube and Facebook this week on the Tim and Jim show with Eddie Garrison. Awesome. Cool. I'll be tuning in.
Right on.
Tony Epbright says, any plans for recording and downloading recordings? Sorry if I missed it. It's definitely on our radar. I'll leave it at that. The B lady. Maybe I'm not doing a good job describing it. Lol, okay, if I only want to use Restream, just use StreamYard, no OBS and no Restream, and to 5 destinations. So if you want, you can just use StreamYard, nothing else. So if that's your preference, you can just use StreamYard and go live to 5 destinations. So hopefully that answers the question. And you still have everything that you had available to you before today, you still have available to you. So you've only gotten things. Nothing's gone away. It's just, There's just new fun things. No one lost anything.
Yeah, that's a good way to put it. Nothing's gone.
You only gained things. Everything's good.
Use it, but it's very simple, and I think you'll like it.
Yeah.
So give it a go.
Absolutely. Let's see here. M. Domingo says, can I check the new features out now? Nope, but you'll be able to see them tomorrow. So very soon.
Yeah.
Also, check your email because you'll be able to see I think it's a pretty good video, doing a full video walkthrough of how everything works.
Yeah, and that'll all be sent out tomorrow. We're just kind of giving you guys, you're sort of the inner circle, right? Everyone watching the town hall. So we're giving you kind of the scoop ahead of everybody else. You're in the know.
Yeah, this is the first time we've chatted about it. Like no emails have gone out, no posts have gone out, and we're not going to like officially announce it and put it on social or anything until sometime tomorrow. Inner Beauty says, any plans for 1-minute videos or overlays? Yes, we do plan on, it won't be an overlay, but we plan on adding a feature for long form video at some point.
Yeah.
Cassette says, is this updates can using just cell phone? So you can still join as a guest on the cell phone, but no, this update doesn't have hosting from cell phone. But we should mention that the experience on mobile is way nicer now. If you use the site from your phone, it's sort of gradually been improving. But do you want to chat a bit? You're more familiar with that, Dan. What can they expect with that?
Yeah, so I know some people, like, you can't host it on, like you said, you can't host it on your phone yet. But yeah, but a lot of people create broadcasts on their phone and then, maybe schedule it for later today. And then when they get home, they're on the computer and they go live. So that experience when you're actually on the site, adding destinations, creating broadcasts, that'll be much, much better with this release. We've redone all of that just to make it significantly cleaner. Everything works well. It looks and feels like an app, even though it's in your browser. So you still don't need to download anything. So yeah, that'll be better, but you can't host it.
Can't host it. But if you need to like quickly schedule something on your phone, it's very nice now.
Yes. And you can still join as a guest. Nothing was lost. Tony Eppright, I'm on basic now, so I'll be able to stream to 2 destinations now. Yes, that is correct. I missed if there's a reason to upgrade to professional before the deadline date. So there's just a discount. So we're offering the lifetime discount again on the professional plan. You can find the details for that if you just go to the pricing page. Not today, but tomorrow. Tomorrow, it'll be, the banner will be up tomorrow until the deadline with the countdown or whatever. So it'll be hard to miss. So the only reason to upgrade to the professional is, well, if you want 5 destinations, but the only reason to upgrade before the date is if you want that discount. Yeah. So if you upgrade to the basic or you're already on the basic before the deadline, you get 2 destinations for multi-streaming. If you upgrade to the professional before the deadline, you get a lifetime discount.
That's it. Rowing Chat says, is LinkedIn Live one of the multi-destinations? Yes, everything's a multi-destination. There's no restrictions. So if you want to go to 5, if you're on the professional plan and you want to go to 5 groups, you can go to 5 groups. If you want to go to 5 pages, you can go to 5 pages. You want to go to 5 YouTube channels, you can go to 5 YouTube channels. You get the idea.
Yeah. Very cool.
Or one of each is probably what I'd recommend over that. But yeah, you can do whatever you want. Celestial, could the new features be available on cell phones as well? So nothing's changed with the cell phone. So you can be doing a multi-streaming you can be doing a multi-stream and have a guest on the phone. Absolutely.
Yep.
Can we stream recorded videos now to multiple destinations? Nope, it's just for live streams. Technically, you could probably do that if you screen shared. I know that most of the platforms have rules about pre-recorded content, so I probably don't recommend doing that, but you can do it.
Yep. And one thing just to mention too, even if you don't want, or like you're thinking about multi-stream, like, oh, maybe I'll do it, maybe not, and if you're on Facebook, first and foremost, you might want to consider just sending it to YouTube just to have, like, even if you're not going live, then you just have a backup, right? You have, like, if Facebook loses your video, then you've got one on YouTube, which is kind of nice, unlisted or private. That's
actually a very good point that, even if you're not interested in multi-streaming, one very good use case is just, like, you never know, right? Like, it hasn't happened for a while, but there was that one day where Facebook was out for like almost the whole day this year. I can't remember what the day was, but it was kind of crazy. Hashtag FB down or whatever it was. But yeah, it's just nice to have to just always be going to 2. So you just always have a video archive on YouTube, which usually is also the encoding process is a bit different on YouTube versus Facebook. And in my opinion, they seem to look a bit better on YouTube. So if nothing else, you'll have, and also Facebook is, if you try to download a video from your page on Facebook, it only lets you grab the standard definition version, even though it says HD. I'm hoping they'll fix that eventually. So if you want to be able to download it in HD, but you want to stream to Facebook, you can do multi-stream to your Facebook page and an unlisted YouTube, and then you can download it from YouTube after. Alice, that's very kind of you. And yes, Eileen, thanks so much for all the people you've brought over. Dave says, any hint of what will be the new priority? We're running a bit late here, so we'll wrap it up pretty soon. Any hint of what will be the new priority? Stream Deck integration, more options for guest screen sizes. So I'm not. We kind of want to do more surprises now, so we're not going to get into too many details. What I will say is that there's going to be another exciting change before the 20th. So keep an eye out for that. So this is one of the big, like we were sort of building up hype for a while. This is one of the big things, but other big things are coming, and one of those things will come before the 20th.
Yeah, no, I'm excited for this. I think multi-streaming is going to be very big, and I think this is going to be is by far the easiest way to do it now, which is pretty exciting.
Absolutely. Beauty Bubble, absolutely. Thanks for always being here. All right, there's still quite a few questions, but we should probably let you guys get back to your Sunday evening. Thank you all for spending your time on the town hall with us. It was really fun making this announcement, and stay tuned tomorrow because you can try out multi-streaming for the first time, and I think you'll really like it. It's awesome.
Agreed.
This was episode number 39 of the StreamYard Live Town Hall. See you guys next week, same time.
Cool. See you guys.